guys and dolls. Freedom Dad here. And yeah, disaster yesterday. Absolute disaster. So stupid what I done. Like, you know what I mean? Just, I think it's one of them days, wasn't it? I think it was just one of them days. And no, everything. I had to take the videos down last night and stuff. And I threw that one up. The one about the police. And yeah, that was done in TikTok. So it was. That's where I do my editing, you see. That's how I can edit. TikTok's got, like, it's really, really clever, you know what I mean? Add stuff, take sound away, add music. It's really, really good. But I can't do it on YouTube. I can't do it on YouTube, like. And I have been concentrating on YouTube, to be honest with you. But I need to go back and do some TikToks as well, because I need to, like, I want to be able to, because it's good to be able to bring stuff and then add evidence on the screen while people's watching it. I think that's really important. But yeah, what is that? A balloon? Is it? No. Let's see it. There's a balloon. Maybe got a prize on it. Yeah? You see it? I can't really see that. Oh, how'd it go? That's where the camera's. Ah, it's like a foil balloon. One of them balloons that, like, hot the air. I don't even know what I'm trying to say. Sorry. But TikTok. Yeah, it's a good platform, and there's loads now. There's loads of people on there, like me. You know what I mean? It's not for kids. You know what I mean? I was blown away. I thought, like, I haven't seen a single kid on it since I've been on it. Not one single kid have I seen. It's nuts. Like, you only see what you want to see, what you're interested in. It's like they pick it up straight away. They know that whatever you search is whatever you'll keep on getting that sort of that content. And it's really good. Yeah, I know a lot of people don't like algorithms, and don't like people sort of reading your mind. Because that's what algorithms do. But no, it is really good. It's working really good for the Patriots, because everybody's able to stay together. So basically, what we're doing at the minute is, like, we're trying to secure ourselves. So obviously we see what they've done with Tommy Robinson, the way he shut him down and silenced, and that is horrific. Not being able to speak out, not being able to get anything out. So we're in a situation now where we're building things to protect ourselves from that, for every one of us. So if anybody does get taken down, we've got a system there where there's a group of patriots with a huge amount of followings between them all, and maybe 4,000 or 5,000 people each, and there's maybe 20 guys like that. Most cases it'll be the same people, but there'll be maybe 2,000 or 3,000 that aren't. So if anybody does to get taken down, like by these ones or by TikTok, or it's only X and X, and never happened in X, like, I don't think so anyway. Then we're able to get these guys back in the spotlight. So that's important about X, because, see, not everybody will get into TikTok, and I know not everybody gets into X, but I think it's easier for us, Generation X, to deal with X first. My personal belief to you all is you should be involved in it all. You should have a TikTok and you should have X. Social media is the way forward. Social media is our new news output. Citizen journalism is the way forward. The days of the Sun and the newspapers are gone. They're slowly diminishing, right? People watching TV is gone, So yeah, I touched on that yesterday about I don't watch TV, and so I done a video. The video yesterday was about me not watching TV and why I don't watch TV. I'm going to touch on it again, because I'm going to have respect for the 70 odd people that watched the video. I'm not going to stand here and do it all again, because it's my mistake, you know what I mean? And even though the majority haven't heard it, doesn't matter to me, I'll give it a couple of days, guys, and then I'm going to do that video again, because it was a good video. To everybody else that didn't watch it, it was about celebrities, very interesting, very, very interesting. And I might have some receipts as well with that one, because I've been noticing other things. Well, we'll see what happens with Puff Daddy, won't we? That's going to be very interesting. I wonder will he survive? I wonder will he make it, because he knows some secrets, doesn't he? But we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm not going to go down that road this morning, you know what I mean? Just like winter's here. Winter is here. The leaves are falling on the ground already. My hands are frozen. I mean, I've got gloves, but I can't find them. The last time I had my gloves on was winter. You know what I mean? And it feels like it was only a couple of months ago, and now it's freezing again. I mean, it's really, really cold. But it is what it is. You know, I love all weathers, to be honest with you. It's just getting used to it, innit? It's going from one to the other and getting used to that coldness. You know, getting used to getting heating on, getting used to getting all the windows shut. You know what I mean? Come on, bud boy. Yeah, but you know, life is good. Life is really good. Personally, my life is good. You know, I mean, everything's good up here and all that. I have my good days, my bad days, but I'm manageable. Oh, everything's manageable. You know what I mean? Where I've been with my mental health, where I haven't been able to manage it, and it's like horrible. And it's not nice. It's not like I'm saying it's like it's not nice to live that life. It's horrible. It's like you're constantly not well, and you're constantly getting sore heads, and it's just horrible. You know what I mean? But no, really good now. Getting closer and closer. Nervous. Nerves are going through the roof. So they are. But yeah. Go around and see her later on. She likes getting a wee land. Popped in. Made her a wee cup of tea this morning. Because she's restless. You know what I mean? She's not getting a good sleep. So she's waking up really early in the morning and that, and yeah. So it's it's nuts. You know what I mean? It's nuts. But it's all good. Everything's good. Life is perfect. It is. My life is perfect. And I've never been able to say that. It's even strange saying it. When I'm saying it to you, I'm thinking, oh, you know what I mean? Because I'm not used to saying that. And it's a strange thing to say. My life is perfect. And it's just weird. My head isn't used to it yet. You know, my brain, because I tell you, I'm in here. And this up here is my wee brother of mine. So my wee brother isn't used to me saying life is perfect. You know what I mean? But he will. He'll get there. You know what I mean? He's getting better and better. Best behaviour, so he is. Best behaviour. Best ever, you know. And it's all because I've harnessed it. I've controlled it. Managed to rein him in, you know. He run rat for too long, this boy up here. You know, no any longer. But yeah, you know. Some people don't get it. You know, some people think I'm still no right in the head, you know. And like you say, I've said before, you don't know, do you? You don't know if you're not right in the head or not. You know, you really don't. When people go nuts or lose it, they don't know they're losing it, you know. But I'm happy, and that's all that matters. And everybody around me is happy because I'm happy. You know, when I'm smiling these days, people are smiling back, and it's really good. These are my loved ones, people that care about me, my good friends, and that. You know, because they've been there and on my journey and everything, and you know, and it's been difficult for some of them to watch. Believe you me, it really has. You know, but yeah, we're in a good place now. And I'm going to focus on my energy, good energy, on not being silent, you know. And it's not about, like I keep on saying this, I'm not looking for anything. I just can't sit and not say anything. You know, this is what I always tell people. See, if I wanted to, like, go viral and all that, I think I could, like, with the right clickbait and the right, you know, the right attitude, you know what I mean? But this is the thing. It's like a new breed of YouTubers coming out that aren't interested in. We're not doing it for money or likes or thingy. We're just wanting our word to get out there. Because if our word, if you've only got 100 subs and you've got 100 people watching you a day, 1, 2, or 3 of them are going to pass your message on. You're going to inspire them to talk like that in their workplace or talk like that to their family, and that may inspire them. And then you don't know where it ends up. You know, maybe somebody important will listen to it and something maybe will get done. You know, I just think I'm a very small link in a chain, and the chain is huge, a huge chain. And like, I'm happy just being that wee link, you know, that wee tiny insignificant link that's just like everybody else. I'm really happy for that because it's so important. The future of my child is so important. You know, nothing matters now to me than anything. Prison doesn't matter. That never did matter really, but you know what I mean. You know, it does matter. Prison. I don't want to go to prison. You know what I mean? And miss my baby and of course I don't. But I'm not going to sit here silent. I can't. It's not in me. You know, it's not in me. I love this country. You know, I'm in Scotland. I love Scotland. I love Scotland. It's the most beautiful country in the world. And I've been coming to Scotland since I was able to get on a boat. You know what I mean? As simple as that. I've always been an adventurer, a traveller. This is why was in England, and this is why I was sent to England sort of thing because I'd already been travelling like at 15, 16, jumping on the boat for a drink to Liverpool because the bars were shut. Things like that when I was really young, and older guys seen that I knew my way about travelling, and that came in handy, you know. Oh, what's wrong with my boy? You check my boy out. What's up, son? Oh, he's getting old. He's getting old. Come here. Come on, my boy. I think you're getting old, aren't you? You're getting old? He's my boy. He's my boy. Mm-hmm. Yeah. He loves his dad. He loves his daddy. Don't you? Mm-hmm. Say hello. Look at the camera. See it? Look, here, the camera's here. My boy. Hey, come on. I think he's just wanting a wee pat. He was actually scratching. Come on, me man. Yeah, I'm passionate about it. It's my country. Scotland is my country. I'm from Belfast, but I've been coming to Scotland. I've been welcomed to Scotland so many times. So many amazing people. Like right from the start, it was just like being on holiday when you're from Belfast, coming to Scotland, and then the way people behaved with you and the love you got. It's just amazing, amazing. Obviously, it's got its difficulties with religion and the football and all that, but we are trying to bring that divide back together. We're trying to. No, we don't want to take anything away from these guys. This is their life. Rangers and Celtic is their life. They live, they breathe it. We're not saying that's wrong or nothing wrong with that. All we're saying is you got to leave our country out of it. You got to leave Northern Ireland out of it. We're more than a football team. We're more than a football game. When you're shouting and getting on like that, it's not fair. I've had friends that have died. I've lost so many good friends in that country over there. I've got friends in jail and missed their children growing up. It's a lot more serious than coming out for 90 minutes every week and singing my songs and the Celtic boys singing IRA songs and stuff like that. And I know the SFA's tried to thing it, but it's still there. It's still getting brought into it, you know what I mean? And there's nothing wrong with being proud of who you are and your religion. I get that. But you've got to understand, we're not that different. We really aren't there's no difference really, It's this is stuff that happened fucking 300 years ago. The Battle of the Boyne and all that, and King James it's fucking years ago. How far? Why do you only go back to there? Why don't you go right back to the Romans? Or the pagans? Or the Saxons? And shout about them? Why? Why just go back 300 years and pick on a specific thing? And I'm speaking as a loyalist, as a Protestant, you know what I mean? Because we lived it, we've been brought up with it. And I know you're saying yes, we have as well. And I know this is going right off, I'm sorry guys. But it's just a wee personal thing of mine that I like to try and get out the guys, to try and get them to understand. It's it's difficult because we understand Protestants and Catholics have been brought up to hate each other. But I know it might come to a wee bit of a shock to you all, but you don't need to hate each other. You aren't any different, I understand it's a wee bit like gangs and tribal and all that, but you gotta remember this as well. This is what the government want, and this is not a time for us to be sitting doing things that the government want us to be doing. This is a time when we should be doing the opposite to what the government want us to do, because the government have been there the whole way. Every government has drove the division for whatever reason or not, and another thing I'm just going to throw us out here for the people, the really bitter Irish ones, and I've got so much love for Ireland, promise you, but yourselves guys, there's some guys over there so bitter, and you've got to understand this. Britain didn't just go and take Ireland for the sake of taking Ireland. Britain took Ireland because Ireland was going to be taken by the Spanish so many years ago. Now, don't kid yourselves. Now, some of you will be going, listen, the Spanish got right up into England. They were almost took over. Could you imagine what would have happened if they were able to come from the west coast? Could you imagine them able to come from Ireland? Because the Irish at the time couldn't have done nothing against them. And then we had the Germans. The Germans were the same. And it wasn't like, there was bitterness there and Irishmen working with the Germans. But the British couldn't allow that. You've got to understand, it's not just about the government and that, it's about the civilians of this country. They had to defend themselves and they couldn't afford Germany having bases in Ireland or being able to take Ireland and invade from there as well. And that's what it's all about. It's always been a defensive thing. And like, maybe there should have been something else done. Maybe if I had been in charge, I would have done it differently, you know, because like there must have been another way. There must have been another way of opening our arms and saying, let's come together and be one, and being nice enough to them so they couldn't say no, giving them whatever they want, not taking counties off them and taking over. There was no need. Like, this is what I'm saying. Now, you got to understand that. I totally agree with Irish people who want their country back. I get yes, Ireland belongs to the Irish. None of us are disagreeing with you. But this is my point. I was born in Northern Ireland as a unionist, as a British civilian. And like anybody, if you own a house and somebody comes and kicks your front door in and comes in and shoots your friend and says, I lived here 50 years ago, 100 years ago, and I want my house back, what are you going to do? You're going to react. Right? You're going to kick back big time. But if he had came to the door and knocked it and goes, excuse me, fella, this is my house. I lived here 100 years ago. Is there any chance I could get it back? I would at least have a conversation with the guy, and we would have came to some agreement as two human beings that didn't want to cause any trouble or have any violence or have any killing or death over a bit of ground, And that's the nitty gritty of it all, guys. It's not, none of us are saying that yous are wrong. Loyalists in Northern Ireland have never said that yous are wrong. What we're saying is that we were born in Northern Ireland when it was Ulster, when it was part of the United Kingdom. And you've got to understand that from my point of view. That's where I was born. That's my country. I don't know what happened before I was born. I only know what happened the day I was born from then on. I learn and we grow and we wise, But dialogue is the only way anybody can go forward in anything, Violence is not going to work. Violence is only going to create more division and to make people dig in even deeper. Just like the Labour government are doing with us right now. The more they push, the more we dig in. The more they silence, the more we raise our voices. It's simple as that, guys, And maybe one day, in an ideal world, all us Ulster men, for want of a better word, and all us Irishmen, right, can come together and say, let's just get rid of Ireland. Let's just get rid of Ulster. Let's just have our own wee country, new name, new flag, new currency, the lot. Would not be perfect. Would not save all. I'd keep everybody happy, We could have it. You could have like a united Ireland, like the United Kingdom, because we've got Ireland in our name. We've got Northern Ireland. We're happy with Northern Ireland. Why wouldn't we be happy with a united Ireland, Because we're no different. We're Christians, In Iraq and in Syria, when the men over there, the aid workers that were caught by the ISIS, when they were on their knees, getting what, there was Protestants and Catholics kneeling beside each other. Protestants and Catholics both went to heaven that day together. Okay? So don't come to me and say your bitterness and all that, because there's no difference between you and me. Maybe in your head, in your bitter mind and hateful mind, I'm a Protestant and for some reason I'm just the devil. I can't explain that, but you're no different than me. So if you're calling me the devil, that means you're the devil. It's as simple as that. Sorry for going on about that. It is a touchy subject. It isn't a video about that. This is just a video to my followers, and I think don't know if it's interesting or not for you to see that perspective from a Protestant living in Northern Ireland. But this is the perspective of quite a lot of Protestants in Northern Ireland. We don't want trouble. We understand the cause. We understand it all. We're not stupid, you know. But there's nothing we can do about it. We can't give stuff up when you are threatening us like that. That's never going to happen. When you have all this division, it's nuts. You know, dialogue. Let's sit down. Let's talk. Let's bash something out. There is solutions. We can find solutions. We can't leave it up to the government. The government don't want solutions. They want division. They're making so much money from it. Honestly, you do not know the amount of money. You know what I mean? The jobs and everything, the politicians, the army, the soldiers, the police. There's so much taxing to get done from Northern Ireland that the government are getting back. You got to understand that, you know what I mean? There's a lot more to it, you know, and that's why there's never been peace, really. That's why there's more peace walls in Belfast today than there was in the Troubles. When the ceasefires were called, there was 6 peace walls. There's now double that amount, okay? They've now put more divisions between Protestants and Catholics in Northern Ireland than when the Troubles were here, okay? Now, I know there's a lot more clever people than me out there, you know, and I know this could be sorted out. Somehow, some way, this could be sorted out, you know. And if there's any time to talk about something, I guess it's now. Now is the time to be talking about people coming together, you know, whether it be Ireland coming together or Ireland coming together with the United Kingdom. You know, there's so many options, you know, so many options. You know what I mean? Could you imagine, like, the border going away, right? Everybody accepting we're all the same. No more division, Protestants and Catholics. No more fighting at these peace walls. Adults saying, whoa, bringing our kids up. No more divided schools, Catholics and Protestant schools. Parents bringing their kids up and being friends with Catholics. Protestant Catholics playing on the street with Catholic children. It's like, you know, and Ireland saying, leaving EU and coming in with the United Kingdom. Just being, and I know it sounds crazy and all that, you know what I mean? But there is ways. There is ways. There's so many options that we could talk about and thrash out. And I know it's not as easy as that. I really do know that. But we can start the conversation. We can start the conversation for our children. Because if we haven't got the balls to do it, I know for a fact our children will have the balls to do it. I know that. I know. I know our children are going to change things in 20 years, 30 years time, 40 years time. There's going to be big changes. If we are all still here, if this country is still the country that we know, or if it's going to be taken over by Muslims, let's be honest, like there's mosques everywhere. You know, if you see the number of mosques going up and the infiltration of the country of another religion, you know, this has always been a Christian country, you know, and there's amazing Muslims out there. Like I say, I was in prison with Muslims back in the 90s, no problems at all. Good friends, and I mean that, really good friends, you know. I never kept in touch with them, you know, it's hectic life, 18 years old, you know what I mean. A lot's happened since then. But I would have kept, if I had, you know, they would have become lifelong friends if I came from that area. There's no two ways about it. Because they were Muslim, they're just normal guys. But things are changing, you know, things are changing. And I'm being, this is straight, the truth. They're not the same Muslims that are in the jails now. These Muslims that are in the jails now are wanting to convert other guys. They're pushing their religion. They're following the Quran to an extreme level, you know. And you know, there is a big difference. There's a big change. So I've seen the change. Eyewitness. This is me. I've seen the change. You know, massive change in this country, and I don't know how far it's going to go, when it's going to stop. You know, people are leaving. People are talking about leaving. You know, Russia's brought a big list out of all the countries that he's going to welcome. So, like me, my girlfriend, and my girlfriend's mother have serious conversations about this. Serious conversations about going to Russia. Of course. Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't anybody? Russia's saying if you've got the same values as they have over there, you're welcome. Whether you're from America, United Kingdom, there's a list. There's a 2-page list. I'm going to do a video on it. Right? I'll do a video on it. I'll probably do the video on TikTok and then try and share it onto here after I've edited it and put all the evidence and everything up. But I promise you I will bring that video in the next couple of days. And I will bring the video about the celebrities and that in the next couple of days as well. But I'm going to leave it at that, guys, because I don't want to keep ranting on about political stuff like that. I want to try and keep it light as well, and but it is stuff. It's difficult. I know he's come to talk about real life stuff and see me and my journey, and I know he's all looking forward to seeing wee Lucky when she comes as well, as much as I am. So it's not about politics and immigration and religion and all that. And I'm gonna say as well, if I'm able to come on here and talk about Protestants and Catholics, I can come on here and talk about Muslims. Okay, so just to keep myself right, but I am going to say it is for educational, and entertainment purposes only. Okay. Um, I don't know what else to do. Like, I don't want to, because you're constantly worrying. Oh, he's talking about Muslims. He's a Muslim hater. You know, I can't emphasize it enough. I don't hate anybody. There's nobody in this world I hate. It's impossible. Unless you do something wrong, or you're a sex offender, or you're a granny basher. That's the type of people I hate. It takes a lot for me to hate. Even people commit crime, I can't find hate because I always find something wrong with a person. There's a reason why that person's being like that. There's no excuse for child abuse. I'm going to leave it at that. Thanks very much, guys. Take care. God bless.